Question: can both of these 5-star weapons be used on a multitude of characters? The Mist Splitter is arguably the best sword in the game for DPS characters. The Calamity Queller is the best in slot on Shenhe and is decent on most polearm DPS characters. The answer is technically yes, especially if you have both a DPS sword user and Shenhe. Then you can make use of both of the 5-star weapons effectively. However, I would not say that Calamity Queller is good enough to justify pulling, even if you have DPS polearm users. This is because many other spears can outperform it or are more budget friendly while still yielding good results. Question: what banners might you want to spend your Primo Gems on? Ayaya, Mika, and Shenhe are currently running alongside this banner. We also know that the highly anticipated Beizhou and Keva are going to be released next patch. Answer: if you want any of these characters, reconsider spending Primo Gems on this weapon banner. Question: are there enough good 4-star weapons on this banner? Over half of the 4-star weapons have to be good. I'll assign 1 point if the 4-star weapon is good, half a point if it's mid, and 0 points if it's complete garbage. We'll start with Favonius Lance, one of the best polearms in the game for support characters, 1 point. Its bow variant is also one of the best support bows in the game. The particle passive that the Favonius weapons have is just that good, 1 point. Sacrificial Sword is a very solid 4-star weapon. Although it's arguably not as good as Favonius Sword and isn't used as much, it's still quite powerful, especially on characters like Xingqiu or Kazuha, 1 point. Wine and Song. The name for this weapon makes sense because you would have to drink a lot of wine to justify using it. Hot Garbanzo Beans, 0 points. The Bell is by far the best HP percent claymore in the game, 0 points. When we add these points up, we get a score of 3 out of 5, which means that this weapon banner does pass. It means that the majority of the time when you do a 10 pull, you're more likely to get a good 4-star weapon. But I will add that if and when you miss, it's gonna hurt. To summarize, the Mist Splitter is one of the best weapons in the game, and Calamity Queller is the best in slot for Shenhe. If you have both a DPS sword user and Shenhe, this weapon banner will be pretty decent value. The 4-star 10 pull banner is also decent value, especially if you want to get those Favonius refinements. Otherwise, I would recommend avoiding it. If you want Shenhe, Ayaya, Beizhou, then reconsider pulling on this weapon banner. Keep in mind that there is a 25% chance you don't get either of the 5-star weapons. And lastly, as always, if you are still considering and wanting to pull on this weapon banner after everything I have said, don't spend any money on this weapon banner unless you are Bill Gates. If you enjoyed this video, then consider subbing and liking. I do a weapon banner review every weapon banner release. Remember to take care and have an awesome day.